My name is Sijal Rahim. I'm from Kerala. I studied in Guangxi Medical University in China. And this time I scored 188, thanks to
Wonderful.
the faculty and thanks to all the prayers. But my journey is, I have a bit of a backstory if you have time, if you want to
Yeah, yeah,
listen to
please.
my,
Yes, please.
yeah.
Yes, please.
So initially, sir, मेरा कोई plan नहीं था to settle in India. My planning was to go abroad in the UK. So initially I had planned for my PLAB 1, PLAB 2, and I gave my PLAB 1. I passed the exam. I passed the PLAB 2 as well. And when I went to register to the GMC, it was difficult because I was a batch where we were stuck in between COVID, and there were times we had to study online. And GMC was asking for some documents which I could not provide. My university was not willing to give. So I had to leave the UK, and I have to, like the movie Swades, when Shah Rukh Khan comes back to India, I had to come back. And it was one of my lowest points of my life, to be honest. It's like I could see a door. You're working progressively hard for opening a door, and when you see a door and the door is not opening, it's a very terrible situation to be in. I'm sure many of us have also witnessed that lowest point. So I told myself, okay, what can I do? These are the things which I cannot control. What are the things I can control? So I said, okay, let me ask my friends. And they said they had given the exam, FMG exam. I was not really aware of the exam. I knew the magnanimity of the exam, how much hard work is required. Obviously, every exam is a different ball game, and every exam is a different preparation. So I asked a few friends, and they guided me through this process. And sir, in life, what I've understood is if you really want to work hard on something for a project to achieve something, there are basically two things. This is what I've understood through this journey, is you need structure. The second thing you need is discipline. Two basic things, yeah, structure and discipline. So when I came across the app like Cerebellum, what I saw is I could see a laid down structure where the portions were covered. Yeah, I could see that the portions were not only covered once, but it was covered 2 to 3 times. And the discipline is something which has to come from inside. This is what I understood. This is not a T20. This is not a one-day match. This is a test match. This is a marathon, literally a marathon, where you have to sit down, wake up every day in the morning, and understand this is just not a one-day effort. This is a 6 months effort, 5 months effort. So I had to go through this, and eventually I'm sitting in front of you with a score of 188, and I'm really happy to be here. And thanks to the faculty, thanks to the faculty, and thanks to the prayers of everyone who's prayed for me.
Wonderful, Dr. Sijal. Dr. Sijal, many students are going to watch this interview to guide themselves for the upcoming FMG examination, maybe end of this year or maybe next year. So what advice you could give to them, because they're likely to follow it word by word?
Yeah. So first of all, I empathize with the people who have not passed this exam. It's very difficult. Obviously, they have put in the hard work, and the ones who are planning to start this journey. One of the things what I've understood is maybe this is a concept which we are not really aware of or accustomed to. There's something called active recall and spaced repetition. Yeah. And these are some of the things which has really helped me in understanding this. Yeah. And in this exam, what I've understood is it's a lot of core concepts we have to understand, core concepts, and there's a lot of facts which you have to memorize. And it's a marriage of these two, which will come together in the exam. Yeah. And what I believe is if you follow a structure like which is given by the app, you can follow the structure by given as it is given and go through the E&Ds. Especially the E&Ds, why I find this beneficial is when a faculty member, when a teacher does a question, he or she does not only rule out one question, he actually gives you 4 options and why these options are not right and why this is correct. So this actually comes very handy in your exam. What I've understood is in the exam, if you have a basic knowledge, if you have studied, if you've put in hard work, 2 options you can easily rule out. It's very easy to roll out. The answer hinges on the other 2 options. Yeah? The other 2 options. Now it depends on if you actively recall the information, or if you are able to recognize the pattern. Yeah, it's the pattern recognition. And your instincts will tell you, if you have done it enough times, the instincts will tell you, okay, this is the answer. I'm going to punch on this, and that's how you. So to answer your question, sir, I follow the app. I follow the timetable given by you, the faculty. I watch the live lectures, and what I used to do is when I did the questions, I used to have a separate notebook. I used to call it MCQ wrongs. So whichever MCQ or question I got wrong, I used to note it down. And I used to tell myself, okay, I've got it wrong this time, but next time I should not get it wrong. And I used to keep on repeating that. And this I used to, and anyone who's watching this video today or whenever in the future, just take 20 minutes or 30 minutes, go on YouTube and check how active recall and spaced repetition is done. Because they have 4 to 5 months to study or whatever time they have, this is definitely going to benefit you in the future and in any exam, yeah. And another thing which I've understood, sir, in the exam, there will be 10% of questions which you have no idea of. We have no idea what the question is asking us. We have no idea. We just bamboozled seeing the question. So I would say focus on the things which you know, yeah, and ignore those ones. These are distractors. And if you don't know the answer, most likely, many of us don't know this answer as well. Yeah. It's the basic Pareto principle where you put in the 20% of your efforts to get your 80% of results. That 20% is just watching the lectures, repeatedly revising what you know, and going through the BTR sessions, which are very, very beneficial at the end, it's like a cake mix, you know. It give you a ready-to-made microwave food. It's like BTR. You watch a BTR, you consolidate all the information you have, and I'm sure you can. I'm sure if an average student like me can do it, I'm sure anyone can do it.
Okay, and do let me know, Dr. Sejal, I'm sure with a good score like 188, during the exam itself, you must have started realizing that I'm going to make it this time, right?
That's a tricky question, sir, because sometimes you give your best shot and you're not really sure that this is going to be correct. I was sure that I will pass, but I wasn't confident that I would be getting a score like this. But alhamdulillah, I got through, and it's all because of obviously the hard work I've put, yes, and also because of the motivation my family has given me. Teachers like you have constantly pepped us, which is very important. And another thing is, how much ever external motivation we get, at the end of the day, it's all depending on you. Yeah, it's the internal drive which has to come from within. What I used to do is there were certain days where I was not really in the mood to study. So what I had done before starting this journey is take out a piece of paper, write down what is my goal. What is that I want to achieve in 6 months' time? What is that I'm going to work hard for? What is that I'm going to persevere for? Once I did that, and the days where I didn't feel like studying, I used to look at the notes and I'd say, okay, this is what I'm working for, so I should get back to studying. That's all about it. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, Dr. Sejal. What I'll do is I'll summarize, because a lot of students are going to watch this interview in coming months and years. What
Sure.
Dr. Sejal shared with us, let me summarize it, friends. He said, follow the structured schedule given in the app, attend all the live lectures, follow all the examination and discussions religiously. He also gained quite a benefit from a comprehensive revision through the BTR program. Also, Dr. Sejal has shared with us that he used to maintain a separate notebook for all the wrongly attempted MCQ, which I find is actually a very good technique, because that will actually eliminate the mistake you're likely to make in the final examination. So that is wonderful. And Dr. Sejal made a mention of Pareto principle. So I want
sir.
to ask Dr. Sejal, according to Pareto principle, what 20% should I go for? If I have to look at December 2024 examination, what 20% should I focus on? I want to get a 80% result, 188 score.
Okay, because you want to get, I would want you to get 200. If you're my student, I would want you to get 200, not 188. I want you to be better than me. But since you asked me about 188, I will tell you, focus on PYTs, previous year's topics, and previous year questions. Yeah, this what I used to do is if there was a subject which I would not really understand, or I would not be able to wrap my head around, I would start with the PYQs. So this will give me this will give me a basic idea. Okay, these are the questions, these are the topics that is covered, and then I would watch the lectures and videos. So then when the professor tells me, I am able to comprehend. It's called priming the brain. When you prime with the brain, your brain with certain information, and then you watch the extended video lectures, you kind of understand. Okay, this is what is meant. Okay, this is where I got wrong. This is where I need to improve. So PYQs, PYTs, GTs regularly. And also make sure when you do the GTs, mark where are the topics, where are the subjects which you're lacking, and then focus on that. And I'm sure if you are able to do this for the next 5 months, and if you can give me 100%, you're telling yourself, okay, I'm going to give 100%, and you're going to persevere. And that even the days where you don't feel like studying, you stand up and you work hard. I can assure you, you will get a good score.
Wonderful advice, Dr. Sejal. So what's next for Dr. Sejal? What's next?
I need to take a small break. Yeah, that's next. And then start my internship. And during the internship, I would want to plan what is my future journey. If it's going to be NEET, or if it's going to be some other competitive exams. And inshallah, hopefully, with the guidance I have from faculty like you, and with the prayers, I'm definitely going to achieve, inshallah.
Definitely you will achieve. Thank you so much, Dr. Sejal, for sparing time and guiding the students and sharing your thoughts with us. I really love this interview. I am very, very happy to see the level of confidence you are having. And I'm sure it is going to pay you in short run also and in the longer run also. Wonderful.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir.
Take care, stay on course, and keep on sticking to this Pareto principle forever. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye. All the best.
Thank you.